Yeah, we lit.
Born lit in the beat, you know how it goes. Stacking this money and flipping these chips, pockets on swole. Making it rain, watch it get lit, drop it to the floor. Lil' mama show me what you working with, I'ma throw this money, baby. None of this shit counterfeit, nothing but some ballers in my VIP. You know we some pimps, playeristic niggas in this bitch, so you know we lit. He ain't gang, nigga, don't stand by us, you can't fucking hang. I've been getting money since legit, ever since my cousin gave me my first brick. Yo, bitch, in my DM calling when I answer, I don't see nothing but her tits. All these blues on me, you can tell how I'm rolling. Big crib, but I'm kicking shit with my slime. Lil' beans will wipe a nigga nose real quick. Bitch, lit. Yeah, we lit. It's 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 lit.
What up, y'all? What up? How y'all doing? Welcome to the channel. Y'all, we are about to get into we turning a new page today. We getting into some other things. We're gonna get outside of this other stuff that we was involved in, and we are about to move into talking about other things. Today we are going to read the Donald Trump indictment. This is going to be a live read. Let me see who rocking with me here. 100. What up, 100? How you doing? Mimi214. What's good? How are you? Cherie Harris. Hello. How are you? Let me see. Riri. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Masquerade Elegance. How are you? Latrice B. What up? Dynamite. What's going on? How are you? Let me see. Who else? A2L_. What's going on? Drama Free, what's up? How are you? Thanks for coming over. Yes. All right, y'all, let's get into this. People that come in, hello and welcome to the channel, y'all. Let's get straight to this. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to play this video because so that some of y'all can kind of see just a little bit of what happened today, okay? Give me one moment. Let me adjust my... And there we go. Let me come into here and do the same thing. Here we go. Check this out. Let's see if y'all can see this. There we go.
They had evidence to do so. Of course, there's the old adage that the grand jury will indict a ham sandwich. The burden is easy.
And the idea of that is that the people in the grand jury are being presented information from trained prosecutors who know how to get the indictment. I mean, is that what the meaning of that is?
Yeah,
indict a sandwich, right? That's what it means, right?
They consider legally sufficient evidence and reasonable cause to believe that a crime is committed by that individual. That's all.
Yeah.
So it's a much lesser burden in the grand jury to get an indictment. And when I was in ADA, I was presenting case after case in front of the grand jury. It's almost like a process, and it's something which you control the narrative in many ways as the prosecutor. You are the voice in that grand jury in terms of presenting the evidence, and you know, because of that, the defendant, it's also just charges, right? That presumption of innocence. Donald Trump maintains that. These are just charges. Even though a grand jury votes, it's not a conviction. He still has the presumption of innocence here. The prosecution still needs to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. And I would imagine that Alvin Bragg, you know, if he was really making sure that this was thought out and this was a process and a prosecution or an endeavor that he was seeking that's going to be possibly successful. I would imagine that they have thought through that, and I hope they have.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I take that for granted, honestly. Yeah. There's no doubt the stakes of this case. You know what I mean? Right. I mean, for sure. And again, you know, and we are getting, here it is. This is some pictures, still images from inside the courthouse. This is the first look we're getting at Donald Trump, flanked by attorneys and court officers. This happened within the last half hour. He is continuing to be in the courtroom as we speak, maybe a little bit longer than people had anticipated. He's been in there since
2:20 or so.
Yeah, 2:19, 2:20. So he's been in there almost 25 minutes at this point.
2:30. And we should know, any moment. We should know very soon what exactly those charges are. This is the first time that Donald Trump is even learning what charges have been brought up against him. We'll find out the severity of those charges as well. And then we'll have a press conference from Alvin Bragg at 3:30 Eastern Time talking about their evidence behind this.
Yeah, it's going to be sort of an interesting visual. You're going to have Alvin Bragg on one side of your screen, and invariably it's going to be the motorcade or the flight taking off.
All right, y'all. All right, so there we go. So I just wanted y'all to kind of see. So Donald Trump was in court today. He pled not guilty to the 34 felony count. So what we're going to do is now we're going to get into what was actually going on at the courthouse today. So this here was the Supreme Court of the state of New York, County of New York, the people of the state of New York versus Donald J. Trump. Okay. It says the grand jury of the County of New York by this indictment accuses the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 175.10 committed as follows. The defendant in the County of New York and elsewhere on or about February 14, 2017, with intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and to aid and conceal the commission thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, to wit, an invoice from Michael Cohen, dated February 14, 2017, marked as a record of the Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. Okay? Second count. So these are the 34 counts. The second count is, and the grand jury aforesaid by the indictment further accuses the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 175.10 committed as follows. The defendant in the County of New York and elsewhere on or about February 14, 2017, with the intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid to conceal the commission thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, to wit, an entry in the detailed general ledger of Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust, bearing voucher number 842457, and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. Thank you so much. Dorothy Forsyth, how are you? Thank you. Thank you, Purple. I appreciate it. Okay. Here we go. Count 3. And the grand jury aforesaid by this indictment further accuses the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 175.10 committed as follows. The defendant in the County of New York and elsewhere on or about February 14, 2017, with intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid and conceal the commission thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, to writ, an entry in the detailed general ledger for the Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust, bearing voucher number 842460, and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. Count 4. The grand jury aforesaid by this indictment further accused the defendant of a crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 175.10 committed as follows. The defendant in the County of New York and elsewhere on or about February 14, 2017, with intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid and conceal the commission thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, to wit, a Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust account, check and check stub dated February 14, 2017, bearing check number 000138, and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. Count 4. Actually, this is count 5. The grand jury, aforesaid by the indictment, further accuses the defendant. Let me see. Can y'all see this good? Yeah, y'all can see it. Accuse the offended of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in the violation of Penal Law 175.10 as follows. The defendant in the county of New York and elsewhere on or about March 16th. Okay, so they finally done changed it up. It was all the first 4 counts looked like it happened right on February 14th, Valentine's Day. That's weird. So Valentine's Day of 2017, he was a very, very, very busy man. Okay, but let's see this here. It says that the defendant in the county of New York and elsewhere on or about March 16th of 2017 through March 17th of 2017 with the intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid and conceal the commission thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, to wit, an invoice from Michael Cohen dated February 16, 2017, and transmitted on or about March 16th, marked as a record of the Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. Let's see here. Count 6 says here, and the grand jury aforesaid by this indictment further accuses the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 175.10 committed as follows. The defendant in the county of New York and elsewhere on or about March 17, 2017, with intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid and conceal the commission thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, to wit, an entry in the detailed general ledger of Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust bearing voucher number 846907 and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. Y'all, somebody just typed it in the chat. Dynamite. You keep noticing they keep saying enterprise. Mm-hmm. I'm noticing that too. Okay. It says here, seventh count. And the grand jury aforesaid by this indictment further accuses the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 175.10 committed as follows. The defendant in the county of New York and elsewhere on or about March 17th, 2017, with intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid and conceal the commission thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, to wit, a Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust account check and check stub dated March 17, 2017, bearing check number 000147 and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. Eighth count. And the grand jury aforesaid by this indictment further accuses the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 175.10 committed as follows. So y'all, I'm going to read through it looks like they are hitting him with the same counts over and over. Y'all hold real quick. This is one of my employees. Hold real quick, y'all. Hello? Are you with one right now? Okay, what's going on? Okay, let me call you back. Give me like 30 minutes. I'll call you right back. All right, bye. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Okay. So, let me get back to this. So this is count 8. And the grand jury aforesaid by this indictment further accuses the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 175.10 committed as follows. The defendant in the county of New York and elsewhere on or about April 13th, 2017 through June 19th of 2017 with intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime. Now, they keep saying, y'all, if y'all look, it keeps saying with intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid and conceal the commission thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise. To writ, an invoice from Michael Cohen dated April 13, 2017, marked as a record of Donald J. Trump and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. What's up, Jacqueline Jones? How you doing? What's going on? Count 9. And the grand jury aforesaid by this affidavit further accuses the defendant of a crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 175 committed as follows. The defendant in the county of New York and elsewhere on or about June 19th of 2017, with the intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid and conceal the commission thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, to writ an entry in the detail general ledger of Donald J. Trump, bearing voucher number 858770, and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. Count 10. And a grand jury aforesaid by this indictment further accuses the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 17510 committed as follows. The defendant in the county of New York and elsewhere on or about June 19, 2017, with intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid and conceal the commission thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, to writ a Donald J. Trump account, check and check stub, dated June 19, 2017, bearing check number 0202740, and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. Count 11. The grand jury, aforesaid by this indictment, further accuses the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 17510 committed as follows. The defendant in the county of New York and elsewhere on or about May 22nd, 2017, with intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid and conceal the commission thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, to writ an invoice from Michael Cohen dated May 22nd, 2017, marked as a record of Donald J. Trump and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. Seems like it's a lot of man doing a lot with these false records, false business records. The 12th count says here, and the grand jury aforesaid by this indictment further accuses the defendant of crime of falsifying. So this is the same thing for, I'm gonna see if there's a different one, y'all. 13, falsifying business records. 14, falsifying business records. 15, falsifying business records. 16, let me see, falsifying business records, falsifying business records, falsifying business records. Y'all, I'm just reading all of the same exact thing over and over and over again. And honestly, y'all, I don't see. I think so you got 34 counts of falsifying business records. The man gotta be guilty, right? They wouldn't have, if they didn't have evidence of this. Let's just talk about it, because it's looking like it's the same as that thing. What's up, Damien? What's good? Let me see. I'm gonna see what some of y'all are saying here in the chat. Let me go back over here. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Let me see what some of y'all are saying here. Let me see. Mimi214 said he probably told someone he was going to give some money and didn't, so they tell him. That's very possible. Masquerade Elegant said that he committed the same offense several times, apparently by putting his signature on those documents. Okay, that will be some very evidence they could prove, right? Let me see what else y'all got to say. Riri said it sounds like Rico. Riri, I think you own to something. It sounds like they about to come with some RICO charges on Trump, y'all. They could supersede this indictment, right? Sounds like RICO charges are coming, or they can send it to the DOJ if they stop playing. I don't know. So some people don't think he's gonna do. Let me see. We need to see the indictment and charges for his former attorney Cohen. Is he in jail? I don't think he's in jail. Matter of fact, I think he's supposed to do a speech tonight, right? If I'm not mistaken. Let me see. A2L said Teflon Don is going to get off. He's super slimy. Yeah, y'all. I was thinking. Now, here's my question. Right? They was talking about some type of thing with him and Stormy Daniels and some other lady. From what I was reading, I just saw like a whole bunch of the same like charges, right? Just on a couple of different dates. But some people say they think Rico coming. Rico! What's up, Queen Keish? What's good? Some of y'all think Rico coming, huh? He back in Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. He's supposed to be doing a speech tonight. Yeah, I don't think he gonna do no real time. No, me either. Karen Johnson said, "Go straight to jail, Trump, and do not pass go." Man, yeah, I don't. It looks like they just throwing a whole bunch of stuff at the wall and hoping something sticks. But I just think that, can y'all imagine how difficult it will be to protect the president of the United States in jail? Like, especially Trump. A lot of people just don't like Trump. So is this state or federal charges? It looks like state. Let me see. What? Hold on. Grand jury affidavit evidence further accused the defendant of. I don't know. Somebody. One of these. Is this state or federal, y'all? Does anybody know? Are these state or federal charges? Let me see something. Yeah, the state. It's a state. It's a state charge. These are the people of the state of New York going against Donald J. Trump. So it looks like this is state, y'all. Like your state. I don't know. I didn't read anything, honestly, that made me feel like, okay, like we read what the first through like 12 charges, right? And all of them seem to be just on, falsifying business records, falsifying. What is he gonna do? Pay a fine? Masquerade Elegant says, I think the election charges may be federal. Right. So from what we read, I didn't see anything dealing with, supposed to be something about some Stormy Daniels or some things he did wrong with that. I didn't see that, not in this indictment. So I don't know what's to happen. I don't know if they setting it up for Rico, and that's probably why they kept saying enterprise. Okay, Riri said she confirmed that these are state charges. Cherie Harris says, in my heart, I truly believe Donald Trump is going to get off. Yeah. You want to see the remaining charges? Let's look at the remaining charges. We stopped at. I mean, yeah, it's all the same, y'all. But I will. Hold on. Let's go back up. We stopped at 12. So we stopped at 12. So on the 12th charge, the 12th count. Hold on. Let me pull this up for y'all. Let me pull this up for y'all. Here we go. Hold on. All right, so let me bring this out so y'all can see it better. There we go. All right, so on the 12th count, it says, let me take this down. 12 count, it says a grand jury, after said by this indictment, further accuses the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 17510. The defendant in the county of New York and elsewhere on or about May 22nd, 2017, with the intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid and conceal the commission thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, to writ an entry in the detail general ledger for Donald J. Trump, bearing voucher number 855331, and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. Let me see. Count 13, and the grand jury aforesaid by this indictment further accuses the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 175.10, committed as follows: the defendant of New York and so in elsewhere on or about May 23rd, 2017, with the intent to defraud, and y'all, these are the same. I feel like I'm reading the same thing over and over again. Look like it's about 34 charges of the same exact crime, falsifying business records. I'm just going through slow to see if there's anything that I'm missing. Jury indictment further accuses Trump falsifying business in first degree. Magnet for life. Bragg just screwed himself. 22nd count grand jury aforesaid by this indictment further accused the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree. The defendant in the county of New York and elsewhere on or about August 1st, 2017, with intent to defraud. Y'all, this is it's the same exact charge. It's the same exact charge over and over. Let me see. Riri said Alvin Bragg said the 34 charges are for each time Trump committed, lied, filed tax papers, defrauded the election. Alvin Bragg broke it down. Okay. Them tax frauds are coming through. Indeed. 24, falsifying business records. 25, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 26, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 27, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 28, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 29, falsifying business records in the first degree. Count 30, falsifying business records in the first degree. 31, falsifying business records in the first degree. 32, falsifying business records in the first degree. 33, falsifying business records. 34, falsifying business records in the first degree. Alvin Bragg. I mean, y'all, that's pretty much. Somebody said Donald is crazy as hell. Man, listen. He got a solid team of lawyers, right? So I guess we'll see how he maneuvers through this thing. How he maneuvers through it, how he gets through it. But I know some people like Trump, some people don't like Trump. I get it. I see some Trump supporters in here, right? Yeah, it's same charges but different dates. It's a lot of different dates. I do see that. I do see a lot of different dates here, right? I do see a lot of different dates. A lot of the same charges, a lot of different dates. But it seems as though, y'all, everything that he did wrapped around That's November 20th, 2017, November 20th, 2017, October 18th, 2017, October 18th, 2017, September 12th, 2017. What the hell is it with him in this 2007, September 11th, 2017? What the hell was you doing on 911? And the grand jury, after said about the indictment, further accused the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 175. The defendant on the County of New York and elsewhere on or about September 11th, 2017, with intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid and conceal the commission thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, to wit, man, I don't know. Grace Arline said the whole world saw him do illegal stuff, and we know this. It took a woman to bring him down. Man, y'all think it's gonna bring him down? No. Y'all really think y'all about to witness hell on earth? Man, I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. MAGA for life, this dude. Let me see. So this explains why he didn't turn over his Latrice B. Maybe that's why they had a hard time getting his tax records. You're right. Well, Trump about to go live? Okay. Trump about to go live. Check your text for Alvin Bragg statement. Okay. Let me see what let's see. All right, Riri, you send it? All right, I got it right here. Okay, so let me read this to y'all. Hold on. All right, here's his statement, Bragg. Okay. All right, y'all, let me see if I can. Hold on. Wait, let me send this. I can't share. You know what? Riri, send it to my email. Can you send it to my email? Send it to my email, Riri.
Court indictment returned by a Manhattan grand jury on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in the first degree. Under New York State law, it is a felony to falsify business records with intent to defraud and an intent to conceal another crime. That is exactly what this case is about. 34 false statements made to cover up other crimes. These are felony crimes in New York State, no matter who you are. We cannot and will not normalize serious criminal conduct. The defendant repeatedly made false statements on New York business records. He also caused others to make false statements. The defendant claimed that he was paying Michael Cohen for legal services performed in 2017. This simply was not true. And it was a false statement that the defendant made month after month in 2017. April, May, June, and so on through the rest of the year. For 9 straight months, the defendant held documents in his hand containing this key lie, that he was paying Michael Cohen for legal services performed in 2017. And he personally signed checks for payments to Michael Cohen for each of these 9 months. In total, the grand jury found there were 34 documents with this critical false statement. Why did Donald Trump repeatedly make these false statements? The evidence will show that he did so to cover up crimes relating to the 2016 election. Donald Trump, executives at the publishing company American Media Incorporated, Mr. Cohen, and others agreed in 2015 to a catch and kill scheme. That is, a scheme to buy and suppress negative information to help Mr. Trump's chance of winning the election. As part of this scheme, Donald Trump and others made 3 payments to people who claimed to have negative information about Mr. Trump. To make these payments, they set up shell companies, and they made yet more false statements, including, for example, in AMI, American Media Incorporated's business records. One of the 3 people that they paid to keep quiet was a woman named Stormy Daniels. Less than 2 weeks before the...
All right, I want y'all to see this. Hold on.
The simplest decision is often the right one. Introducing IO, the company credit card that offers 1.5% cash back on everything and streamlines card management.
Okay, let me read this to y'all.
Earlier this afternoon, Donald Trump was arraigned on a New York Supreme Court indictment returned by a Manhattan grand jury on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in the first degree. Under New York state law, it is a felony to falsify business records with intent to defraud and an intent to conceal another crime. That is exactly what this case is about. 34 false statements made to cover up other crimes. These are felony crimes in New York State, no matter who you are. We cannot and will not normalize serious criminal conduct. The defendant repeatedly made false statements on New York business records. He also caused others to make false statements. The defendant claimed that he was paying Michael Cohen for legal services performed in 2017. This simply was not true. And it was a false statement that the defendant made month after month in 2017. April, May, June, and so on through the rest of the year. For 9 straight months, the defendant held documents in his hand containing this key lie, that he was paying Michael Cohen for legal services performed in 2017. And he personally signed checks for payments to Michael Cohen for each of these 9 months. In total, the grand jury found there were 34 documents with this critical false statement. Why did Donald Trump repeatedly make these false statements? The evidence will show that he did so to cover up crimes relating to the 2016 election. Donald Trump, executives at the publishing company American Media Incorporated, Mr. Cohen, and others agreed in 2015 to a catch and kill scheme. That is, a scheme to buy and suppress negative information to help Mr. Trump's chance of winning the election. As part of this scheme, Donald Trump and others made 3 payments to people who claimed to have negative information about Mr. Trump. To make these payments, they set up shell companies, and they made yet more false statements, including, for example, in AMI, American Media Incorporated's business records. One of the three people that they paid to keep quiet was a woman named Stormy Daniels. Less than 2 weeks before the presidential election, Michael Cohen wired $130,000 to Stormy Daniels' lawyer. That payment was to hide damaging information from the voting public. The participant scheme was illegal. The scheme violated New York election law, which makes it a crime to conspire to promote a candidacy by unlawful means. The $130,000 wire payment exceeded the federal campaign contribution cap, and the false statements in AMI's books violated New York law. That is why Mr. Trump made false statements about his payments to Mr. Cohen. He could not simply say that the payments were a reimbursement for Mr. Cohen's payments to Stormy Daniels. To do so, to make that true statement, would have been to admit a crime. So instead, Mr. Trump said that he was paying Mr. Cohen for fictitious legal services in 2017 to cover up actual crime committed the prior year. And in order to get Michael Cohen his money back, they planned one last false statement. In order to complete the scheme, they planned to mischaracterize the repayments to Mr. Cohen as income to the New York State tax authorities. The conduct I just described and that which was charged by the grand jury is felony criminal conduct in New York State. True and accurate business records are important everywhere, to be sure. They are all the more important in Manhattan, the financial center of the world. That is why we have a history in the Manhattan DA's office of vigorously enforcing white-collar crime. My office, including the talented prosecutors you saw at arraignment earlier today, has charged hundreds of felony falsifying business records. This charge, it can be said, is the bread and butter of our white-collar work. And fraud presents itself in all different forms here in Manhattan. We have charged falsifying business records for those who violated federal bank secrecy laws. We have charged falsifying business records for those who were seeking to cover up sex crimes. And we have brought this charge for those who committed tax violations. At its core, this case today is one with allegations like so many of our white-collar cases. Allegations that someone lied again and again to protect their interests and evade the laws to which we are all held accountable. As this office has done time and time again, we today uphold our solemn responsibility to ensure that everyone stands equal before the law. No amount of money and no amount of power changes that enduring American principle.
Y'all, I don't know. They might be coming to try to nail Trump. I don't know. After hearing him, he seemed like he can't be paid off. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Well, listen, we now understand that he was charged with 34 counts, pretty much of doing dirt when it comes to money and falsifying records and things like that. This don't look good for Trump. That guy right there, he ain't playing. He don't seem like he's easily influenced. He don't seem like he's easily bought. He don't seem like he's easily persuaded. Yeah, Karen Johnson. Yeah, It sounds bad when you hear it like that. Yeah. Now just reading it like straight from the paperwork, it wasn't with that level of conviction that we just heard right there. Let me read what some of y'all saying. Masquerade Elegant says, what about him violating governmental laws involving those documents? Right. Diva said he was nervous today too. Just wait until Georgia come out. Man. Listen, y'all, I don't know what's gonna happen with this. Right? It's definitely much more interesting. What's up, K-Love92? It's definitely more. K-Love said his ass is fried. Y'all, I don't know. I don't know. I hope that New York gets him. It's looking bad for Trump, y'all. It's looking bad for Trump. That's probably coming next is Georgia. Let me ask y'all this. All of y'all in the chat that believe that New York is gonna nail Trump to the cross, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't believe nothing gonna happen to him, put a 2 in the chat. If you believe that something gonna happen to Trump with these charges, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't, put a 2 in the chat. Naps TV said, let's face it, the presidential run was just another grift for Trump. Once he got elected, he thought he was covered. Oops. Okay. Ooh. Riri said, oh, they're coming. You guys get a chance to watch Rachel Maddow on MSNBC. She breaks it down like no other. She's on now, and we'll be back at 11. Okay? Y'all make sure y'all check out Rachel Maddow, man. Peter said, get his ass. Let's follow Atmos. Get him. Man. Cherie Harris says he needs to pay for his crimes, but I don't think so. Money talk. Heard they have him on tape in Georgia. Bye-bye, Trump. Oh, they do got him on tape in Georgia. I remember that when he called down there to that election official. Actually, it was the election official of Georgia and told him, man, you need to do something about this because I can't lose this election and y'all trying to cheat me out. I remember that. I remember. Let me see what y'all thinking. Caleb92 said, yes, they gonna get him. Innocent Service said no. Karen said yes. Travis Sloan said no. They say GA could come in late this month. That's a good point. He thought they wouldn't touch a president, current or former. Ooh. Show him he not above the law. Georgia going to take him down. Blessed Child, what's going on? She said yes. And it's a new tape that came out last month. MS Bless says, I would say at bare minimum they will hold him up in court so he can't run the next election. Y'all, it's so much political stuff tied to this. I don't know. It's a lot of political stuff tied to this. But Travis right. Yeah, Georgia has more evidence. They had to nail him, but he has to be sentenced to prison. But we need a DOJ to seal the deal. Stop all that mess. Yep, he getting ready to get indicted again. He about to have charges for multiple districts. Oh, y'all, ooh, this ain't good. This is not good. But y'all, listen, I gotta get some work done. I just want to come on here and kind of go through that, read over that with y'all, let y'all know what's going on. If you would like, share, subscribe to the channel, and hit the like button on the way out. I appreciate y'all coming over here. We're gonna keep an eye on this Trump thing. And when things come out, we're gonna also definitely follow up on them. Riri said he's on tape confessions to all his crimes. He comes on TV and confesses. Yeah, I remember that one video. He was like, "Yeah, I grab him by the." Y'all know what he talking about? Women. Y'all grab him by the. Okay. Kim Johnson said, "Yeah, he asked the Georgia official to find specific number of votes he needed to win Georgia." Yeah, I remember that. In service says, "Yep, Atmos a lot. Agree. They had enough time to address today the insurrection, all of it. Great live. Yep, stay on his neck. Hell yeah, we're gonna do that, y'all. We're gonna do that. Listen, y'all, have a great night. I hope Georgia come with them racketeering charges. This is gonna be horrible for him. We're gonna stay on top of it, y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. Hit the like button on the way out. I appreciate y'all. Peace out. This don't look good for Trump.